Today we will start our animal research papers. You will get to decide between the poison dart frog, the octopus, or the cheetah. You will go to slide 1 on ClassKick and you will choose one and circle it. If you need to do a little research ahead of time to help you decide, there are links below each title to help you get your information. But also, if you need to click on them to help you decide. On slide 2, it just lets you know that there are 3 parts to your paper. 1, the characteristics of your animal. 2, the habitat and ecosystem. And 3, how your animal survives. I've color-coded them in hopes that it will help you as you move along to know what part you're in. And we will do 1 part each day and then write the final paper after all of our research is done. So it's very, very important that you do not get behind in getting these things done, because we will move on and do another part each day. So make sure you're using both websites to help you with your research, but there's nothing that you need to turn in on this slide. It's just for your information. So slide 3 is asking you to write a main idea sentence. Notice it's under the topic of characteristics of your animal. This is just like what we've been doing as we've been practicing writing our paragraphs, because each paragraph will have its own main idea sentence. But because we are writing multiple paragraphs in this paper, you can use a sentence starter like in the graph below. So even though you are picking between the poison dart frog, the octopus, and the cheetah, my sample one for you is going to be the warthog. The warthog is not one you get to pick. So as a sentence starter for my first topic, I'm going to say, to begin with, I'm going to tell you about the characteristics of the warthog. Next, you're going to use both links from slide 1 to do your research. Make sure you restate and answer each question in complete sentences. Remember, to restate means you're going to use some of the words out of the question. So on number 2, when it says, what does it look like? You're going to say, a warthog looks like, and then describe the body, the fur, the scales, the color, the type of beak it has, anything that makes it specific about your animal. So our very first question is, what does it look like? So if I was looking at the warthog, I would go back to slide number 1 and I would choose either the National Geographic or the A to Z Animals to research my animal. Now, because you guys are using the poison dart frog, the octopus, and the cheetah, those links are here. I've gone ahead and opened up the National Geographic for the warthog and the A to Z link for the warthog, so I can show you how to do the research on those two. So here I am on National Geographic, and you can click on View Slideshow. The slideshow does give you some captions off to the side that gives you some information. But then also, if you scroll down, there will be some information about the warthog as well. So I'm looking for what it looks like. And this very first paragraph says, with 4 tusks and large shovel-shaped heads, warthogs look fierce. So I feel like I can use that in my description. So of course I'm doing slide 4 and I'm going to type in, what does it look like? So in my own words, I could say warthogs have 4 tusks and a shovel-shaped head. But then when I come back over here, it's talking about how fast they run and when they're cornered. Those things don't really tell me much about what they look like. I can come up here to the pictures and I can see what they look like. They are kind of brown in color and they're kind of skinny looking, but I want more descriptives. So that's going to lead me to A to Z. And you need to know that there are lots of ads on A to Z. Please just ignore the ads. So when I get here to A to Z, I see that it says it has 2 sets of tusks on its face. Well, I've already said that it has 4 tusks, which is 2 sets of 2. So I'm going to scroll down to see what else I can find. Now, remember how I said A to Z does have lots of ads. And see, here are all the different ads by Amazon. Ignore those. Scroll on past that. So I'm looking for something that might tell me about what it looks like. And here it says warthog appearance. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to read that part. Warthogs are animals with big heads with padded bumps on each side. So I'm going to add that part to it. I already said it had a shovel-shaped head, so I'm going to add big shovel-shaped head with warts on each side. They are dark brown in color and mostly bald, and they have a thick mane that runs from their head to the middle of their back. So I'm going to add that one in as well. They are dark brown in color and have a mane that runs down the middle of their back. And then when I go back to the website, it says their average size is between 120 and 250 pounds, and they're about 30 inches tall. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in as well. Notice I was not able to describe my warthog with just one sentence. I had to add several sentences to this. Please make sure you're describing your animal fully as well. Question number 3 on slide 4 is what is its lifespan, which means how long can it live? Well, I remember seeing over here on National Geographic that in the green box, it told me the average lifespan in the wild, and it said 15 years. So that's what I'm going to put over here. And remember, you're going to restate. So I would say a warthog can live 15 years in the wild. Or I could have said a warthog's lifespan is 15 years in the wild. Question number 4 says, how would your animal be classified? Is it a mammal, a reptile, a bird, a spider, an insect, an amphibian? And then how do you know? Well, again, I remembered over here in this green box that it told me that my type of animal was a mammal. So I'm going to put that down. A warthog would be classified as a mammal. So I still need to answer the question, how do you know? So I know that National Geographic doesn't give me very many facts. And so I'm going to go back to A to Z. So I'm going to help myself out by doing Control F and typing in the word mammal. And I see that it came up with 5 selections. Well, there it says that it's in the category of mammal. And there it says it again, type mammal. But now it says down here under warthog scientific name, the warthog is a mammal, which means it's warm-blooded and that its young are born alive and suckled by the females. So that's what I want to add in. So I'm back to slide 4, number 4, and I'm going to put that means that it's warm-blooded and the babies are born alive. So now that we're done with slide 4, we're going to go on to slide 5, and slide 5 is writing a concluding sentence for this paragraph, which remember, this paragraph is all about the characteristics of the animal. And remember, this concluding sentence can be an opinion sentence, but it should incorporate the main idea. And remember, the main idea is the characteristics of the animal. So what I think I'm going to say about the warthog is, even though warthogs are an ugly animal to me, they have many characteristics that make it stand out. The very last step that you're going to do today is go to page 6, and you're going to take all of your sentences from the characteristic pages, the pages we just did, pages 3, 4, and 5, and put it into a paragraph. So I'm going to go back to page 3 first, and I'm going to copy my main idea sentence that I did. Control C, remember. Go back to page 6. You don't want to forget to indent. So I'm going to count over 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then Control V. I better make this all black since I changed it on this one. There we go. Then I'm going to go back to page 4. And I'm going to copy all my facts from page 4. I'm going to start out with number 2. Control C, copy. Control V, paste. Then I'll do the same thing with number 3, Control C, copy, Control V, paste. And then one more time, go back to slide 4, number 4, Control C, copy, Control V, paste. And then for your concluding sentence, you're going to go back to slide 5 and copy your concluding sentence there, Control C, copy, and then go back to slide 6 and Control V, paste. And there you're done. You're done with your paragraph. And there's my first paragraph. To begin with, I'm going to tell you about the characteristics of the warthog. Warthogs have 4 tusks and a big shovel-shaped head with warts on each side. They are dark brown in color and have a mane that runs down the middle of their back. They are about 120 to 250 pounds and 30 inches in height. A warthog can live 15 years in the wild. A warthog could be classified as a mammal. That means it is warm-blooded and the babies are born alive. Even though warthogs are an ugly animal to me, they have many characteristics that make it stand out. Now it's your turn to go write your paragraph. Make sure you choose one of the 3 animals on slide 1.